Hello, I'm Bill Fabian with Monroe Infrared Technology. And today I'd like to talk to you about the use of infrared cameras and point radiometers for measuring elevated body temperature, or EBT. With the new coronavirus, this nasty virus that we're all having to deal with, this has come to the forefront again. Even though infrared cameras have been used for close to 17 years, for exactly this around the world since the SARS virus. We have a newfound need for infrared cameras all over the world to monitor people's temperature as they enter a building. And may have seen on television people using point radiometers or temperature guns, as a lot of people refer to them, as pointing them at their forehead. I'll grab mine, and they point it at their forehead and measure their body temperature. Well, those aren't the most accurate devices, and they measure a larger spot size. This happens to be a 6:1 spot size that I'm holding, and that means that at 6 inches away from my forehead, it's going to average a 1-inch diameter circle. So in order to get a relatively accurate temperature of my forehead, I've got to be, 6 inches away. The whole idea with social distancing is to stay more than 6 feet away from each other. So the infrared cameras that FLIR is recommending, the E75 and higher, with a 24-degree lens, will allow them to look at a person's face. And with the screening mode, they can actually measure the tear duct in the corner of the eyes from 6 feet away. It's pretty incredible. So I've got a camera set up here. I'm going to hold it, show you the camera, and I'm going to show how to set up the screening mode, and we'll go from there. First thing I'm going to show you is the back side of the E53. And you can see in the lower left-hand corner here, the P button. That's a programmable button, okay? And once I get into the menus and show you the different menus, once it comes time to set my baseline temperature reading, I'm going to press and hold this P button down. So in the meantime, let me share my other screen, and I'll show you what happens when I go in and how I set up the, how I set or change it from a single point measurement to the, as you see here, the single point measurement to the screening mode. So I'm going to hit the enter button and bring up the main menu. And I'm going to go over to my settings menu and hit the menu button. And I'm going to come down. The first thing I want to do is come down to device settings and go to my lamp and laser, and I need to turn those off, disable those, because you're going to be pointing this at someone's face. You don't want to accidentally point the laser at their eyes. So then we hit the return key in the upper right-hand corner, the back of the camera, and then go up to the recording mode and change this, press the enter button and change this from single shot down to the screening mode. Now, once I'm into the screening mode, you see it defaulted at a 3.6 degree Fahrenheit allowed deviation. I'm going to change this to 2 degrees. Whoops. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to cause this thing to beep when I hit above 2 degrees warmer than my baseline temperature. And you hear the beep. So then I'm going to just hit the return key and exit out so that you can see. Now, in the screen, you see what, if you're familiar with the cameras, what looks like the auto hotspot finder that you've seen in even the E6 and the E8, C3, and it's going to work exactly the same way. So that red crosshair is going to move around the infrared image and automatically track to the hottest point within that area. In the upper left-hand corner, we have 3 temperature readings. The top one is our baseline reading, and then the alarm value, which right now our baseline is at 68 degrees, and so with the 2-degree deviation, we're going to alarm at 70 degrees. And currently, because it's so cold in my house, it's 63 degrees at the ceiling tile in my basement. So let me, I'm going to now show you something and show you how to set that baseline. So let me, okay, we'll stop share. All right, so now I've turned the camera around and the camera's actually looking at my face. And here's the P button, and the beeping sound is getting annoying. So with my eye in the middle of that rectangle, I'm going to press and hold the P button, and it's going to set my baseline. And my baseline, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner of the image, the baseline temperature on my face was 95.4 degrees. And now we're going to alarm. Here's the 95.4. And we're going to alarm when we hit 97.4 degrees. All right, so again, when something exceeds 97.4 degrees, it should alarm. What I'm bringing up in me having a house full of daughters and my wife, I'm going to bring a curling iron. So the theory, not the theory, but the way it works is you set the baseline against one person's face, and you have to test that person to make sure that they don't have a temperature. But then as people are being screened as they come in, you know, once you've set the baseline for that first person, then if anyone has a temperature 2 degrees more above normal, they would alarm. So it's very cool. Okay, and to wrap all of this up now, as we discuss in our class, the Certified Residential Thermographer class, as well as Level 1, in order to get really accurate temperature, or as accurate a temperature reading as possible, the measurement parameters should be changed in our camera for the surface we are attempting to measure. Human skin has an emissivity of 0.98. Our camera's default emissivity of 0.95. So if you haven't been to any infrared training, please, you should go to at least the Certified Residential Thermography, the 2-day class. We're going to be starting that online probably the week of April 20th. So if I can help at all, please do not hesitate to call on me. Again, my name is Bill Fabian with Monroe Infrared Technology, and our number is 800-221-0163, or I can be reached at billf@monroeinfrared.com. Again, thanks for watching.